I'm excited now to introduce our next session, coming to you live from Italy on behalf of WDO Member Italdesign. Italdesign has been a long-time member of WDO, and we are so excited to have a few company executives from their design, engineering, production, and business development team share their insights on leadership. Let's hear from them.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to... hello, everybody, and welcome to Italdesign. We're very pleased and proud to be part of this program for the World Industrial Design Day and for celebrating all together with you, the 65th anniversary of the WDO, World Design Organization. Today, I'm here with some colleagues to talk about, let's say, our vision about the leadership in design. And we have some of our main representatives of our company to better explain what we consider the best way to express our leadership in the daily activity. Today with us, we have Davide Casini, who is our Chief Technical Officer. We have Carsten Monnerjan, who is our Head of Styling Design Center. We have Saverio Lograno, who is the head of our production and pre-series centers. And we have a special friend that is Michele Bonino, who is an architect, professor of the architecture and urban design faculty within the Politecnico of Torino. Michele is with us because we want to stress the very strong relationship we have since many, many years with the Politecnico, one of the most important institutions within Europe, with whom we are collaborating on different projects. And he is bringing also us his witnesses about the leadership we have together and they have inside within the Politecnico of Torino. You probably already know very well Italdesign. Italdesign is a company who was born almost 55 years ago, mainly working in the automotive sector, but also very productive within the industrial design and product design sector, with more than 30 years activity and experience. Today, we are a huge company based mainly here in Italy, in our headquarters in Torino. We also have companies in Barcelona, in Spain, and some development engineering offices in Germany. And we have a huge distribution worldwide, very close to all where our main customers are based. But before starting our discussion on our vision about the leadership in the design, we would like to show you a short movie about Italdesign to better explain how our company is structured and what we exactly do. Please enjoy the movie.
Now, we'll tell you our story. Ours is a story of heritage, of commitment, of vision. We started more than 50 years ago with a pioneering formula and mission that have remained unchanged over the years. Partnering, consulting and serving players in the industrial and mobility sectors worldwide. We are innovative by vocation. Our daily activity is focused on drivers such as customer and process orientation, integrated design approach, coach building tradition meeting cutting-edge technology, Glocal made in Italy, differentiation and identity, quality and competitiveness, professionalism and expertise, efficiency and sustainability. We are active in styling, engineering, production, new mobility solutions, industrial and transportation design. We have worked on a varied multitude of products over the years, from iconic cars and bestsellers to models for the few and for all. We have reformed sectorial reasoning to become an international hub, promoting disruptive ideas and solutions and making different industrial domains dialogue, even when totally unrelated. We can offer services for every single phase of the industrialization process. From the initial idea to series production, and for the whole activity system, including legal responsibility for product release and assistance when production starts. Besides our know-how and partnership, we benefit our customers with engagement. Reactivity, flexibility, and a global mindset. Always with a careful eye on feasibility, as it is constraints that boost creativity. We have essentials driving our story, recognizing our people as our greatest asset, getting into our customers' heads, granting compliance, reliability, and confidentiality. There is only one constant as a basis for our success: passion.
So I hope you enjoyed our short video about our company. This was, I think, very important to introduce and to let you know, better know what we do in our daily activity. I would like to start this conversation, this kind of webinar, with what I believe is a very important and very interesting quote from one of the masters of automotive, is Henry Ford, who said that coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, but working together is success. And this is the right starting point to better describe what we believe is leadership in our activity, not only in design, but leadership in 360 degrees vision and visibility, because it's part of our DNA. We are working all together with a strong interaction between the different body units since the very beginning, since the beginning of our company, so 55 years ago. And that's why we are here together with my colleagues and friends to better describe this integration of services. That is a win-win situation, I believe. Carsten, I would start with you, because I believe that as a representative of styling and design, you must be the first, the spokesperson to give your vision about the leadership in design, especially in your department, which is your way to express the leadership, and also considering that the full integration with Saverio and Davide for the interaction between the business units.
Yeah, thank you so much for the introduction also, and to having the chance today with my colleagues to really talk a little bit how we are doing this every day to work together. It is as you saw also in the video, the people are all about our team and how we can work together. So it's important, maybe I start with the team. It's important to really get the right people on board. And we are very proud to have like a very international team. So also choosing the students with the Polytechnical, for instance, here in Turin, we are really looking that we have a team together that is composed by Italians, Germans, French, Mexican, so you can name it. It is important to see that this way we are able to show diversity, and also that everybody is really integrated in the way how to work for the clients. No, we are training our guys very much, long time, and they're staying a long time with us. Sometimes from student to some years, and important for us is to keep them working on different fields. You were just mentioning the 360 degree. I like this very much, always this 360 degree approach, because as you saw also in the film before, we're working on not only automotive, we're working on industrial design, user interface, color and trim, and graphic design, for instance. So I'm always asking my team to be flexible, and in this different time of supporting different projects, some projects are super new. I'm really asking them to be flexible and support also the other team members. Sometimes maybe it's for some people the first time to work on user interface or work in transportation design. But every project, a new project we are getting in, is something, a new challenge, and we're learning from it, and we will be even better next time.
I take the opportunity, then I will give you the stage back.
Yes.
That if we talk about the interaction and of functions between Davide, the technical direction, and Saverio between the production, I think it's much easier to be understood. But it's something that is a little harder to be understood, to understand between designers and engineers. But in our case, we have a strong relationship. So maybe you can also express your way. So not only between people of the same department, but most important between the different departments.
Absolutely. We are in engineering somehow a link between design and production. I mean, we have to take what a designer is thinking, an idea, a sketch, a model, and we have to engineer it in a way that it is feasible and then producible by the team of Saverio, and then in series when we are talking about a car. And this kind of culture we have since a long time, since always, and it's something which characterizes us as a company. So we don't only think about doing our task, our whole task, but we think what comes before and what comes after. That's really
almost unique, you know?
Absolutely. And important is also to ask ourselves what we are doing. Is it really what design wanted? Is it what then production can afford to produce? So and not only in direction of design and production, but also within engineering, we have to think about what are the needs of the other colleagues, the other areas. So in the end, we have to think to the product as what the customer will get. And this is what I daily try to transfer to my colleagues. So put yourself in the shoes of the customer, think what you would like to have, and this is the best way to develop it. Develop as you are developing for yourself, for you. Okay.
I believe that's an very important point for the leadership in your activity, in your role, is to be able to address your own guys and to the right understanding of what are the customers' needs and requests, and to find a better way to drive them through the quickest and the best way to reach the result. This can be in the design, production, and also, the engineering, and also in the production. I just jumped to Michele, then I come back to you, Saverio. We were talking before about the fact that we have a lot of people coming from different countries. I believe that also in your department, Saverio, and in your department, Davide, is the same. So we know we have a lot of colleagues coming from various countries, but I believe this is something that is due to the training that is done in Politecnico, because this is very important. The Polytechnic is one of the best university in Italy and in Europe to prepare new engineers. and architects. And I believe that it's very important for us to have this strong relationship, just to have a huge batch of opportunities to find the right people and to find the best partnership and solution for the problems. So in Polytechnic also, you have a very strong leading capacity in finding the right people, no? I believe.
Yes. First, thank you very much for involving me in this session. I'm very happy to take part for Politecnico di Torino. About this idea of an international community, let me just mention what happened this last semester. I personally, but it is the case of many colleagues, gave a study about urban design with more than 50 students, and just one was Italian. All the rest coming from 25 different nationalities. So this is something we share very much, and most of our international students try to stay here and to find job also in companies like yours. So this is a first element why the collaboration is very important. A second element is exactly about collaboration, working together, as you mentioned before, because of course we are a place where we have many disciplines in the same campus, in the same classroom. This is very rich. We have architecture, industrial design, planning, all fields of engineering. But sometimes for our academic work, we need to be quite vertical. We have to teach our discipline, we have to write, following the discussion in our field. While when we cooperate with companies is where we mostly should do kind of interdisciplinary teams. I have a very clear example today. We were in a workshop with you, with your teams, working on a future sustainability mobility project, and we were from many disciplines, from industrial design, architecture, urban design.
Yeah, we will talk maybe deeply about this later. Saverio, you are the head of production and pre-series, so you are collecting what are the output from Carsten department and Davide department, and put it together on a real object, so on a product that will go to the final customer. So you have to balance between what is the feedback from their department, what is are your needs, and to lead the activity to the customer output, final output. No, this is also very intriguing. I mean, it's important for the company.
For sure. Thanks for inviting me here. So it's really a pleasure. First of all, I have to say that we three, as three different business units, we are operating in three different specific moments of development of the project. Nevertheless, since the beginning, we are together. So that I think is the really winning point, successful point, because when Carsten is starting to design really for the white piece of paper, because that's the advantage, having the support of Davide team and my team is already orienting the final product to the final customer. So for different reasons, for technical solution, for choosing the right material, the right technologies, and so on. And that's something that you can just do if you start together to work on. For sure, in the first phase, the leader and the leading is in the end of design, as in the middle phase, in the end of Davide. But it's not just one leader on that, let me say in this way. It's a cooperation of different leaders that are really created the final success of the product of our customer. And let me underline one thing, that as head of pre-series and productions means that we are doing this job not just for developing product that somebody else is going to produce, so B2B market, but now we also are able to create our products idea also to B2C market. So you have seen the video in advance that is really the result of the combination of these three different leadership that were really including and developing the final product to the final customer.
Yeah. Am I wrong or not when I say that a concept that is very popular now, that is the simultaneous engineering, was created back 54 years ago because of the strong relationship between the designers and the engineers and the production? Am I wrong or right?
You're right. It's something that when I heard the first time at certain OEMs, they said, now we are working with simultaneous engineering. Then they explained me, and then I said, okay, it's our normal way of working.
So we could say that we created this concept 54 years ago.
Exactly.
So you should learn. You should teach the simultaneous engineering was started here in 54 years ago.
I mean, we are lucky because we always had these two souls, design and engineering, and then also production. And we are a small company somehow, so it was very easy to transfer the information, to get in contact with all the different areas and departments. And as said, when I saw it in big OEMs, I simply said it's something we are used to, and also the way of communicating, the way we are speaking with the design, with the production as engineering. It's something we were used to and we were prepared to. So also discussing about solutions. So we were somehow anticipating the needs of design and the needs of production. So we were used to do that.
Yeah.
And we were used to cooperate, to support, to understand their needs, and therefore to help them.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday about a discussion you had with one of our customers some days ago, in which they were also asking you how we can manage this integration between different departments. Is correct, no?
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's very often a lot of people asking us how we are doing this to do 360-degree design all over the world. No? So it's not only Italy, it's maybe USA, it's China, and so on. And most of the time we have the challenge of time zones and to speak with the clients all day. No? So we have to be reachable. No? So there, I would say training our guys to be really, they are proactive. We have the trust in our team and our people to really speak to the client, do the presentations, propose things in the daily business, working on data, on sketches, on development. We lead our guys to do the work. No? But it's also important to let's say understand, work with our guys on the different fields of design we are going to. No? So it is a challenge really to say, one day we do a supercar, next day we do a truck, then we are doing a pop-up, let's say, that we had some years ago as mobility concept.
Yeah.
And then working on industrial design.
Yeah, let's jump to the future, the sustainable mobility, and then when maybe we come back to the reality. We were talking before, we had some years ago an experience, let's say, we are pioneering a test in the new mobility with the pop-up. Pop-up is the multimodal and multi-role vehicle, shared mobility vehicle, who is matching a ground module with a drone to allow people to move from A point to B point in a seamless way without changing the capsule in which is on board. It was a very good experiment. That was important because we were probably among the first to put together the automotive world with the aerospace world. So working together with Airbus. And now with Politecnico, we are working on a new project that is coming soon, will be presented in beginning of next year in an important show. We cannot say at the moment what will be, but we give you the appointment to join us at the beginning of next year to see the new outcome. And it's a partnership with the Politecnico, who is supporting us on the urban design and architecture. And this is, I believe it's also very important. This is a strong relationship between not only on the recruitment or the training of young people, but also on real projects.
Yes, exactly. I would like to tell how it happened because, of course, the real contact point happened on the core business of your company, that is industrial design. But then my colleague immediately needed or felt necessary the collaboration of other professors. So and this was my case. I was invited by Pierpaolo Peruccio, my colleagues in design, to join the team in order to give a more comprehensive view on the urban context, as you said. And then I'm pretty sure that in the progress of the process, we are going to involve also transportation engineering that will make even more concrete this idea that we are working on. So it is very important, as I said before, to work with companies because is where this combination of different disciplines happens in the more real and concrete way is very important for us. A second reason why it's so important, I would like to emphasize what you said, talking about collaboration with international clients. Also, this idea will have a target that is not local, of course, but is global. And I think companies and university, especially in this special moment, need very much to join forces also in the international interpretation. Is such a difficult time to work internationally because of the geopolitical situation, that putting together your knowledge of the market and the clients with our understanding of the world from the point of view of students that are future workers, but also from the point of view of the international scientific community, is something very necessary now. So we cannot understand the global world alone. So this is a second reason why it's very important.
Yeah. The partnership with the Politecnico of Torino is just one of the examples we can bring about the importance of having a relationship with other companies working in the same sectors. Stepping back to the reality, we have a partnership with the Williams Advanced Engineering, who is supporting, we are working together to support our customers with full electric platforms. And we are starting to produce some outputs. So one of those is the Deus, is a new company with whom we are working on at the moment a show car, full electric, is an hypercar, full electric, with a partnership with Williams. By the way, we also have a short video just to explain and to show you what the Deus product is. Please enjoy the video. This was just a very short video to show you what the Deus by Jan is. As we said, it's a product that we realized together with Williams Advanced Engineering for this, I would say, startup. This is also to introduce the theme of not only working with big companies, but also with the new companies, the newcomers. That is also very important for us. And also partnering with high skills company like Williams. So they probably bring some advantages, no?
Absolutely. So we spoke about cooperation internally within the company, but cooperation must be extended outside the company. So we spoke about cooperation with Politecnico, with Williams Advanced Engineering. We have many other cooperations. So nowadays, thinking to develop alone something and being fully independent, it's not thinkable. And as you said, not only with big companies, but also with small companies that are faster, that they are sometimes closer to the customers. They have better ideas. They can deliver good quality in a shorter time. So it's something fundamental for us. So we have to create a network of partners in order to develop at best our products. But not only, this is helping us also in thinking differently, in thinking out of the box, in thinking about new products and new ways of developing products. So this cooperation with Politecnico and other companies to develop these new systems, integrated systems of mobility is an example. So we start from a background which is developing cars, but then we are extending it to developing mobility systems. And it's important for us as leaders to put our colleagues in the condition of, first of all, working in the best possible way, but also to have the possibility to think about different things and make proposals and be part really of generating new ideas and new concepts and new products. That's a responsibility that we feel as leaders.
Davide was speaking about the thinking out of the box, that I think it's very easy for Carsten because it's part of his background. I think it's also easy for Michele for the training. But what do you think about the production and pre-series? Maybe it's not, I mean, is a challenge or is a stimulus for the thinking out of the box? I'm thinking about materials or whatever else.
I would say both. I mean, first, because it's just explained by Davide, we should be focused also on the partnership, external one that can give really an add value to us. So that's very important. Otherwise, we cannot keep going on with our traditional technologies. We need really something new to be always innovative in our products idea. As just our purpose says, we make ideas to lead the change. So it's very important this aspect because it's something that we would like really to bring on the market. So just not idea that are somewhere in the sky, but can be really realized and taken in production. It doesn't matter what they really took. It's something related on new mobility concept, new material, new technologies, could be also new process for working. And that is really important for us, having this connection also outside the group on the open market, because from there, we keep the stimulus to proceed, looking always at something different, something not existing. I think our history is talking for us, and not just in design as far in the engineering, but also in the production. You have seen the clear example of the Deus. There are many technical solutions on that, let me say, not yet on the market. And so we are proud to have developed together, starting from design point of view, engineering and production. So I think as we come to the beginning, the working together is really the advantage and the success of Italdesign.
I would like to step back to the, let's jump again to the future mobility. We spoke again about the pop-up that was a breakthrough idea some years ago, putting us as a hub between the automotive and the aerospace sectors. No, and that was a good example of design, thinking out of the box, as Davide said before about design. That will go on with other ideas that will probably will go on stage in the beginning of next year, also with the collaboration of Politecnico. What do you think about this challenge to go to the new mobility, to the sustainable mobility with these, let's say, crazy ideas? Maybe too far from the reality or provocations?
No, it's
I mean, really, it's part of the leading, no? Leading the ideas.
Absolutely, yes. No, we have to push there. This is our daily job, also to try different things. And sometimes with a combination.
Sorry, Carsten, by the way, we have a movie. Maybe we can show the movie later to the pop-up. Please go on.
Yeah. So it's the important is that we have to push these ideas, and also the mix of different partners. This sometimes brings really interesting new ideas coming up. Like again, a few minutes ago, we were discussing another thing. So the sparks are flying. So it's about creativity. But then let's say to lead and to we have to also decide on what we want to concentrate. There was a lot of discussion about public transportation, new mobility, how the cities will move and so on, especially also in the pandemic time now we were going through. And funny enough, some month ago, we were doing a project together with Torino, working on the metro, on the subway of Torino, to support the public or the passengers trying to find the empty cabin during the rush hour with a signalization, let's say, a system to see the green area, it's free, you can go, red area, don't go, it's all packed. No? So these are things that is also new for us, and it was super interesting to work with the city of Turin to work on this, and we implemented it, and it's fully working today. No?
Yeah.
So sometimes we have to go also out of our comfort zone and then decide this is an interesting one. Let's go for it with the team. Now, who would like
That
to
also hit your department because you develop all the software and the algorithm to support these lights, green, yellow, red lights. No,
Absolutely, yes.
and this is a challenge for you because it's completely out of your perimeter or your perimeter as well.
Exactly. We had to use competencies we normally use in a certain field in the vehicle development to do something completely different. So competencies we use to recognize objects for autonomous driving or for assistance system driving. And we had to use them to apply to recognize how many people are there in a wagon, and is there enough space for others to join or not. So again, because of the fact that we push people to think out of the box, to think differently. So we often say, use your competencies and try to apply those competencies to something different. Okay. And as you said at the beginning, the fact that we have people with different backgrounds, different nationalities, this also helps, because people coming with different cultures, different ideas, this helps a lot in generating new ideas, in doing things differently.
Yeah.
In not saying we've always done this way, and so there's no other way. The other way around, we have always to think, is there a better way to do this?
Yeah, sure. Michele, also in your reality, you are an architect, you are a professor in the architecture department, and you are part of the Politecnico. So you also have this connection with your colleagues from the engineering department, no, I suppose.
Yes, very often, because, for instance, mostly when we go abroad, this kind of Italian model of putting together the disciplines, be flexible, is maybe we under-evaluate it from here because we are used some way, but it's not everywhere like this. So there are many countries in the world developing very fast, where some way the vertical specialization is now the key point to improve technologies, to improve innovation. But this kind of horizontal work that is typical, I think, of the Italian way of working very much is very appreciated. So the fact of in a delegation, architects, designer, and engineers come together, for instance, in places like China or any other places, is very much appreciated. And I think we should push very much on this characteristic of Italian way of working.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Michele. By the way, we also have the video about the project that Carsten and Davide were talking about before. So the INTO is the project that we realized with the municipality of Turin for supporting passengers in rush hour in the underground system. Please enjoy the movie.
INTO è il servizio creato da Italdesign per migliorare il viaggio degli utenti della metropolitana. Oggi siamo qui per misurare la risposta emotiva degli utenti del nostro servizio. Vogliamo capire se ne comprendono l'utilizzo, se l'esperienza è piacevole e ricostruire completamente il viaggio dall'accesso alla metropolitana fino all'accesso alla carrozza.
Per fare questo ci avvaliamo di una strumentazione scientifica di derivazione biomedica, un elettroencefalogramma portatile a 9 canali, che ci permette di andare proprio ad analizzare l'attività cerebrale delle persone. Degli occhiali eye tracking che permettono di capire dove la persona sta fissando in quel momento. L'ultimo strumento che utilizzeremo in questo caso è il GSR, che è uno strumento che invece permette di analizzare la conduttanza della pelle, e anche qui quindi riusciamo ad andare a capire i vari livelli di stress o meno degli utenti che proveranno questo sistema.
L'applicazione di tecniche neuroscientifiche evidenzia la nostra volontà, il nostro approccio di portare lo user-centric approach nella dimensione quotidiana del progetto. Le tecniche neuroscientifiche sono tecniche di natura indiretta e adattiva, ovvero consentono di collocare l'utente nel contesto e nell'azione, minimizzando l'interferenza che può derivare dall'osservatore presente o dallo sperimentatore presente. Il nostro obiettivo è quello di poter offrire questo servizio in tutti i contesti di interazione, uomo-macchina.
Agli utenti verrà poi chiesto di scendere fino in banchina e simulare l'accesso al vagone. Le rilevazioni di questi 3 strumenti, combinati tra loro, ci daranno tutte le informazioni necessarie per poter migliorare il nostro servizio e eventualmente riprogettarne alcune parti.
Okay, I would step back to the reality now. The intro was a step between the today and what could be the future with the pop-up. Let's step back to the reality, to our activity. We were talking before with Davide about the partnership we have with our supporting companies with us, the partnership with us. We talked before that we are entering not only working with big producers but also with startups. And you, Saverio, as a production or pre-series, are the link between what the company's output in terms of engineering and styling and what the final customer is expecting. So I believe that leading your companies also mean, your department also mean to understand what are the customers' expectation, needs, and transfer to your team, and also interpreting what Carsten and Davide departments are supporting to you.
That's for sure. Also, thanks to our marketing department, let me say, we get feedback from the field as far as I told you in advance. Now that we deliver our cars to the final customer, we have also feedback direct from the market, let me say in this way. In this specific period, many startups are growing up. Many would like to produce a car, electrical one for sure, that's the trend. And the role of Italdesign and also of the production is to support this new young company that, as explained by Davide, they can give also us an add value to be faster, to think more out of the box, different approach. Our role is really to lead them in something concrete that could really satisfy and fulfill the requirement and the expectation of the final customer, of the user of the car. Let me talk about that.
How much is important? This is all for you. How much is important the customer feedback or the wishes of the customer?
In my opinion, it's the base. It's the input we have to take into consideration. So we start from what the customer wants, and then starting from that, we can design, engineer, produce, and whatever.
I mean, we can lead the customer to different solutions, but we follow their needs, their requests.
In the end, a satisfied customer is our final target, and therefore we have to start from what they want in the end.
But in case of Carsten, you are probably free because creativity is more free than in terms of engineering or production, in which you have probably to respect some more strict rules, no? Please.
No, we have to go really with the customer together. It's important to understand the culture of the customer and the thinking, what they really want. We have to understand the product they want to go to, and then we do the journey together. This is the most important. It's not that we can say we know how it goes. No, it is really the working together.
And I think it's something that you also teach to your students in the Polytechnic, no?
Yes, of course. And let's say that our notion of customers is quite different because of course, a student, but also the expectation of the society in general to build future generations. So the role of our research is mostly, in my opinion, to try to study and to go deeply in the reality to really understand what are the great challenge of today's world. So this is our customers, so the world and the society who give us this input for our research.
Sure. Saverio, you wanted?
Just to say, customer is not really free. That's why he's sitting in between me and Davide, and so in production and engineering. So that's the only say something to say. No, just that it's really important what we say. So we should start from the customer too. That's our main target.
But it's a constant feedback between you three, among you three, because you can receive custom design proposal, but you have to modify, as we did in the past since the beginning, no? And also you from production, you are influencing also the Davide decisions and Carsten decisions.
Yes, 100%.
It's a convergence process that must always, in any case, have the customer in the center. So of course, design must be feasible, producible, and whatever. But then the customer must be satisfied. We were talking this morning about HMI and stuff like that. We have to avoid to fall in love with our ideas, technicalities and stuff like that, and think what want the customer. So let's avoid to too complicated systems and show that we are able to generate complicated system, very highly engineered with a lot of contents. Maybe the customer wants just two buttons, up, down, and that's it.
Sure.
So we have to
Sure.
understand what
Sure.
they want.
Sure. Okay, I would say that's all. I thank you very much. I would close this conversation, flying to the future back with the pop-up. We have a short movie again displaying the pop-up. I thank you very much, everybody of you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you to Italdesign for that enlightening session. So moving along, we are now heading into a brief 15-minute break.